speech is very
All right. Hello, everyone. Good evening and welcome back to English Pro Club regular meeting. And as usual, I will be the host for this meeting. And I hope you guys do not get tired seeing the same host almost every Friday. And if you don't mind, please set your camera on so that I can see your good looking face. And I'm sorry, I cannot use my laptop because my connection is very, very unstable. So I decide to use my handphone. Okay, in this meeting, we will talk about book reading and the variety of book genres. Maybe some of you here are nerds. No, I'm just kidding. I mean book lovers. And this will be an interesting topic for us to discuss, especially for those of you who love reading book. And as we know, there are the variety of types of the books, such as novel, biography, textbook, and etc. And each of them usually has a genre like romance, crime, mystery, horror, and so on and so forth. And we will discuss about that in this meeting. Before we go to the discussion, I would like to invite you to listening to Miss Daniel's presentation. And without any further ado, we are going to Miss Daniel. Go ahead, Miss.
All right. Well, good evening. I'm so glad everyone could join us today. So I hope Ramadan is going well for everyone. It's really beautiful out here for me. I love spring. Got all my flowers started, and there are baby animals everywhere. So I'm very excited. Most of them are hiding because like humans, but yes. So I thought today we could start.
Miss Daniel,
Yes,
I'm
yes.
so sorry for interrupting you. Could you please fix your earphone because we cannot hear you clearly?
Uh-oh.
The volume is too loud, miss. So it's like boom, boom, boom.
Yes.
I don't know. Oh, okay. Input. Oh. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. Okay. Wow. So, oh man. Let me remember where I started. So I hope you guys are having a good Ramadan. Hope it's going well for you. I think you still have some time left. I've been following on Instagram like Khalid and Salama or whatever because they're funny. And they explain a lot sometimes. But I love spring. It's my favorite time of year. I have all my flowers are blooming, and there's baby animals. I had some robins lay eggs in my yard, and so I'm very excited about that. But to get into today, to get things started, get us warmed up, get us engaged here, I thought we'd mix it up a little. And instead of saving the game for the end, put it in the beginning, especially if I start to ramble. Then you'll have time. So the game today is called Five Things, and how you play it is you are given a topic, and then you have 15 seconds to name 5 things that fit into that topic. And then once you name your 5 things, you can call on someone, give them a topic, and then they have 15 seconds. So there's a little bit of pressure. It's going to make you recall some vocabulary words maybe. But topics can be very broad, right? If I say cat, I can say fuzzy, cute, animal, claws, fur, right? Those are all very broad topics. So kind of think about that. Let's see. So we might do that for a couple of minutes here to get warmed up and then get into our topic about literature and genres. So let me see. Do I have a brave volunteer to go first, or should I just pick one of you to be my victims? Oh, the cameras went off. Oh, oh no. All right. Let me see. How about Novi? How do you feel about this? Come on, guys.
I'm sorry, Miss.
Oh, I was going to see if Novi wanted to be my first victim, but I guess... No. Oh, man. What about you, Vincent? Vincent? I'm
Yes,
gonna...
Miss Steven.
Oh,
Call me Steven. That's fine.
Steven, okay, thank you. Would you like to be my first victim? And then you get to pick the next victim.
Okay. I guess
All
I
right.
can try.
Alright, it's a game, right? You can't really, there's no prizes here. I mean, for this anyway. So, alright, you have 15 seconds. So let's get the mic on. And your topic is going to be coffee.
Okay. Awake, strong. What is it? I don't know what different. No, many flavors. Are very aromatic and very unique.
Okay, good. Good. Alright.
Yes. Okay.
Not hard, but...
Yeah, it's kind of
A little.
frustrating, not gonna lie. Okay, so I'm going to choose
Yes.
the next person. Maybe I'm just gonna guess randomly. Maybe Veronica, I guess. No.
Hello, Veronica.
Hello.
Hello. Veronica, would like to hear your voice. Okay, maybe you can pick another person.
Okay,
Vincent.
how about Aldi Franciscus? I guess.
Come on, guys, play with us. Come on, don't run
Where's
away.
everybody? Despawning. Hello.
Aldi, halo.
Literally there is
Ayo guys,
nobody.
kita main game.
Yuk teman-teman, yuk. Ayo yuk.
Oh.
How about Charlie, I guess? Charlie?
Charlie, hello.
Where's everybody? Oh my god.
Oh no.
They get snapped by Thanos. Oh my god. Is everybody? Hello?
Oh man.
Okay, Charlie.
I'm still working at always now. Hello.
Okay. So do I pick the words or?
You pick the topic, and then they have to come up with 5 things that fit in that topic.
Charlie, are you ready, Charlie? Okay. Hello? Okay, she just gone.
I thought she might have said she was at work.
Oh, she was at work. Okay, I'm sorry.
I think so.
Okay,
So I can just listen the
Oh,
Zoom
yeah.
without
Okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, Miss.
Okay, I guess Oktora. Guessing random names here.
Hello.
Okay, Oktora, yes.
You can see.
Live sign. Okay,
you
we
can
hear
listen
you.
my voice, guys.
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay. I'm gonna give the topics a guitar. Okay, 5 seconds starts now.
Excuse me?
A guitar, electric guitar, acoustic
So it
guitar,
means
just a
that I
guitar.
should try to
Yes, describe the
mix
topics.
5 words
Yes.
which related with that. We
With-
get. Oh, okay.
Yes.
I don't have any idea. Maybe singer and then music and then festival event. Is that true or not?
Yeah, it's
Sure.
I guess it can be. It can be.
Can be.
And then it's cost and like maybe.
Sorry.
It's cost and like. It means that expensive.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
And then maybe a dark horse as well, because the person really want to show their own skill, but they don't want to try to show off for all people maybe. Thank you.
Thank you.
You can
Very
pick
good.
your next victim, Oktora. Actually, your English is
Wow,
very
that's
good.
really cool. That's what I want. Wait a minute. Just prepare yourself, guys. I will try to pick which one. Charlie.
Charlie is unavailable. Choose another.
She is not available either.
Yes. Choose another.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Choose another.
Apriliani.
Hello, Apriliani. Can you hear me? Hello. Hello. Okay, no answer. You can pick
Okay.
another person.
Another one.
Please.
Ali.
Alec. Hello. Oh my God, guys, come on. Don't be afraid.
Just pretend to be freezing.
Okay.
You
Okay.
don't bite, guys.
The next one, Bella.
Bella. Bella, hello. Are you available, Bella? Okay, no answer again.
Aldi.
Come on, guys. Okay, no answer.
80 students are not available.
Oh, yeah.
80 students have problems with the connection.
Yeah, no, maybe it is raining outside, but come on, guys. Don't pretend you cannot hear us.
Yeah.
You can pick another one.
Oh,
Aldi,
I think
yeah, Aldi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. The topic is about computer.
Computer.
Thank you.
Wait. Computer is
Sorry. This is we have to describe.
Yes,
Can I have a?
but it is Aldi's turn. You can try the next change. Yeah.
Thank you.
Come on, Aldi.
Sorry if I am worried wrong.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
This is
I
just a
think
game, though.
computer is things we use as students in college.
Sorry.
think is office.
Riris, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
This is Aldi's turn. Ini lagi giliran si Aldi. Gitu.
Okay,
Nanti
okay,
kamu bakal dapat giliran selainnya, oke?
Okay.
Seperti kamu mau ikutan. I'm so sorry.
I'm not.
Okay, Aldi, you can continue.
I think computer is I think that's very starting use and
Usable.
yeah.
Yes, usable. It can be 5 words. You already mentioned 1. 4 again.
Oh. Sorry Kak, bisa diulang?
Oh iya, 5 kata ya. Kamu harus mendeskripsikan komputer dengan 5 kata bahasa Inggris. Tadi kan udah tuh, usable. Dapat digunakan. 4 lagi, 4 kata lagi. Oke.
Maybe games.
Okay. It can be.
YouTube. Franket.
Yeah, that's right.
Hardware.
YouTube.
Hardware.
Yes, hardware.
And
the last one? Microsoft. Okay. Good.
I don't know.
Good. Your answers are correct, yeah? Thank you, Aldi. And Aldi, please pick one. Sorry, Riris ya. Riris mau ikutan ya. Oke, Riris. Langsung ke Riris aja ya, Aldi ya. Oke, Riris kamu. Sorry, Aldi kamu kasih 1 kata untuk Riris supaya dia bisa deskripsikan dengan 5 kata. You can give 1 word to 1 topic. I mean to Riris. University. Okay, Riris. Please describe. Esa Unggul University. Okay, you can describe our university with 5 words.
Esa Unggul.
Yes, Esa Unggul. Please describe it with 5 words.
Wait.
Oh, okay. It is okay. I'm not logging at you. Actually, I'm logging at Feby. Her comment. I'm sorry, I have to mute my microphone. Okay, you may continue, Riris. I'm sorry.
A lecture. And then oh my god, I'm very confused.
Apa tuh yang punya sayap putih, bisa terbang, bisa jalan-jalan gitu?
Ansa.
Ciri khas saya Unggul itu. First lecture, okay, lecture, that's right. 4 remaining. Okay, this.
The
1.
student. Yeah.
Okay, students.
Yeah, and
lecture, student, and
Zoom meeting like that.
Okay, Zoom meeting. It can be.
And then the last module.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay, thank you, Riris. You may pick 1 person to play with us. Pilih salah satu orang di sini yang untuk bermain, untuk menjadi target selanjutnya. Yes.
It's just Kak Feby.
Okay, Feby. Oh my God. Hello, Feby.
Okay, hello everyone, here I am. What kind of words?
Okay, Riz, please give her 1 word. You if I were you, I will pick the hard, like something hard. Hello, Riris. Can you hear me?
Don't looking at me, Miss Daniel.
Yes.
Yes, please give one word to Feby. Kasih satu topik ya, satu hal gitu ya untuk Feby supaya dia bisa deskripsikan menjadi 5 kata.
Okay.
Apa aja, boleh apa aja. It can be anything.
I think I want to lecture.
Lecture. Okay.
Lecture. Psychology books. LCD projector, class, chair. Is it already fine?
One more.
Blackboard and
Okay.
chalkboard.
Okay.
Chalkboard.
It's already 5. It is already 5.
More.
Good job. I think we're gonna put Efto on the hot seat, and I am going to let Phoebe pick the topic, and that's gonna conclude the game for today.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, Phoebe, do you have a topic for Epto?
Oh.
Feby, hello.
Yeah. Yes. Good job.
I must keep the topic. Okay. Sorry. I think that's the final of the game. Sorry. So F2. The word is makeup.
Makeup. Oh my god. Okay. Makeup. You mean like girl stuff? Like makeup for?
Yes.
Okay.
Girl stuff. Mention 5.
The first word is beauty. The second is girl. The third is expensive because some of makeups are expensive. And what else? Oh my god, this is too hard for me. Makeup. Like colorful it can be, yeah, colorful. And what else? Colorful and small. Okay, it's fine.
Okay. Very good.
Oh my god, how dare you, Feby.
Hey, you told everyone to give her a hard one, so expect it back.
Okay. This is like a karma, like.
Yeah. Very good. I see Miss Henny helping here too. She was giving you hints. All right. So to get started today onto the topic of discussion, talking about literature genres. And as you can kind of see from the game, which I didn't plan to tie in, but it kind of does, when you're given, a subject and then asked to give topics, Miss Henny here, you ask her to, provide subjects within that topic of makeup, and she, lipstick, eyeshadow, Efto is like colorful, beautiful. So every person kind of has different ideas, and they're very broad ideas and, very different from each other. Because colorful can refer to the lipstick, it can refer to the eyeshadow, it can refer to the cases the makeup comes in. And so there's a lot of variety in genres or sub-genres. I want to talk about that a little bit. So, okay, let me go ahead here and share my screen. All right. So for today, I'm going to focus mainly on fiction. Fiction is typically what we pick for entertainment, for enjoyment. Within nonfiction, though, which is true things, you have your autobiographies, cookbooks, self-help book, travel books, even true crime. So they are still enjoyable, but they are all based in fact. So when you think nonfiction, just remember it's fact. And don't go into a lot of that today. All right, but going into our fiction genres, there are about 7 genres, and anywhere from like 140 subgenres. Amazon actually lists about 16,000 genres and subgenres. That's because they pretty much let anybody write anything, it seems. And so mainly when you put a book in a genre, it's to help, it tells the bookstore or the librarian where it goes on the shelf, tells the reader what type of book they're in for, but it helps the author to market their book. And so generally an author might pick 3 or 4 genres that their book will fall into. When I was looking up examples, 1 or 2 books came and it kept popping up in different genres, and I was like, oh, interesting. So, just because a book is one genre doesn't mean it wouldn't fit into another genre. Like with makeup, right? If I was to say expensive things, we had makeup given, and we had guitar, right? So it's not a limit for, one item is not stuck permanently in that category. So if we were to go, so fantasy. Fantasy is probably one of the most well-known. They usually have imaginary characters take place in an imaginary universe, and they're not bound by our rules of nature. I tried to pick examples that were books, but also movies. So maybe you might have seen some of them to kind of follow along. So one of the examples is a classic. It's The Princess Bride. There's Coraline. And Coraline was one that kind of some people put under horror too, which is, it's a children's movie. And then, of course, Harry Potter. So these all have in common, like in The Princess Bride, it takes place in an imaginary universe, but it's very similar to ours. However, they have rats of enormous size and giants and things like that, which, of course, Harry Potter is, they have a complete different world with the whole Hogwarts, the magic, the trolls, the giant spiders, everything like that. So just things that can't really happen in our world would go under fantasy. Then we have horror, and horror, basically, you'll know you're reading a horror book. The goal is to scare or shock the reader, sometimes even disgust them. Will often include monsters or other supernatural creatures like ghosts or vampires. Some examples are Carrie, The Ring, Frankenstein. I think most of those are well known, at least Frankenstein, or even Dracula. Dracula and I think The Portrait of Dorian Gray are classics, so you might have studied them. Okay. Mystery. Mystery is my favorite. And the whole point is solving a mystery. Sometimes we call it a whodunit. But just say that, whodunit. One word, which is condensing 3. It's not an everyday word, but it is still used. And some examples of mystery are Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys. Now, these are for children. They are chapter books. But, growing up in America, I read them. They were written, I think the first Nancy Drew book was written in like the 60s or 50s, so there's a chance my mom could have read them. So they're a classic, and there's been like when the first author stopped writing, I think her daughter picked it up and continued. So there are multiple stories, similar with Hardy Boys, to just go on and on with the same characters, and the characters never age. And they solve mysteries. Sometimes, and of course for children, they're not murder mysteries. Generally, it's a kidnapping or a theft or a secret room or something like that, or a disappearance. And then, of course, Diagnosis Murder. Diagnosis Murder is a popular was a popular TV show. It's been about 20 years now. Oops. But it started out as books as well. And then, of course, The Sign of the Four. And The Sign of the Four is Sherlock Holmes, and that's why I have a picture of Benedict Cumberbatch, because he played Sherlock for a while. And so most of your Sherlock Holmes stories started out as short stories, and contained as such. They were published in a magazine. I love Sherlock Holmes, which is why I'm talking about this. But they were published in a magazine, but then Sir Arthur Conan Doyle did write a few standalone books, such as A Study in Scarlet, The Sign of the Four, but everything else, and The Hound of the Baskervilles. But a lot of the other Sherlock Holmes stories are actually very short stories, and they are usually published in like small collections. So that is that. Think about, though, when you're here, if you can kind of think about. Okay, try making sure. Okay, you can kind of think about what your favorite genre is and why you like them so much. Another one is romance. Romance novels will focus on the romantic relationship between two people. A lot of people consider them lighthearted. So if something's lighthearted, it's just kind of laid back. It's a feel-good story. Not a lot of drama, maybe, or it leaves you happy at the end. And we usually have a happily ever after, like we see in fairy tales, and they lived happily ever after. Some examples are Jane Eyre, Walk to Remember, The Twilight Saga, and 50 Shades of Grey. Now, the last two, like Twilight, I'm not going to lie, I'm not one to pick up a romance novel. I have read Jane Eyre, and I've watched Walk to Remember. But like with Twilight and 50 Shades of Grey, they do fit in romance. Twilight also fits in like fantasy, because there are vampires and werewolves. I honestly don't know about the relationship between the two people because I haven't watched that one or read that one. It's not my favorite genre. But we can see with this example how it fits in more than one. 50 Shades of Grey. That one's considered romance. I wouldn't consider it lighthearted or happily ever after, but it fits in with the relationship between the two people, a romantic relationship between two people. Also serves a reminder to be careful what genre you're picking up. If you're trying to get like a cute little happily ever after story, judge carefully before you commit to reading. That's all I'm gonna say. And I know I haven't read that one, but it's no secret what it's about. All right, another one. And this one's pretty good. I think a lot of the entertainment we have that I enjoy includes science fiction. And these are stories that are inspired by science, and they can include space exploration, time travel, or future technologies. Could also include aliens. And the main difference, science fiction and fantasy can kind of, you think, oh, well, if there's aliens, those are made up, so are you sure this isn't fantasy? And the main difference between science fiction and fantasy is science fiction are things that are plausible. Is it possible one day in the future to explore even further into space? Is it possible to invent a machine for time travel? Would we one day maybe discover aliens? Because we haven't been that far out, we don't know. And so that would put it into science fiction, whereas fantasy is impossible, right? Animals are not going to talk. dragons don't live on the earth. We've kind of been over the whole breadth and width of it. Magics, we don't have wands, so that's kind of, science fiction is what's possible. It may not be realistic necessarily, it may not happen in our lifetime, but it's possible, versus the impossible, which is fantasy. So some examples of science fiction are The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, The Time Machine, Ender's Game, and Journey to the Center of the Earth. Two of those books were written by H.G. Wells. They're old, they're classics, but H.G. Wells has written a lot. I think he's the father of modern science fiction, but I could be wrong. But I think, like a lot of us like Doctor Who, Star Trek, Star Wars. So science fiction is like Star Wars is very fantasy, but they have the space travel, they have technology, they have alien races, and so that puts it more in science fiction. All right. Thriller. Thriller, suspense or thriller. These are my favorite usually, because they're similar to mystery. Because you don't know what's going on, you don't know what's happening next. But whereas mystery is solving a crime that has been committed, thriller is preventing a crime that's going to be committed, or maybe preventing I don't want to say natural disaster, but preventing a natural disaster. Can they do it? What's going to happen next? Will they make it in time? Are they going to, catch the murderer before he murders again? All these things. And some of those examples, The Bourne Identity. This one is by Agatha Christie, and Then There Were None. She's a classic mystery writer. Shutter Island, Jurassic Park, and Jaws. Now, Jurassic Park, there's not a big mystery going on, but can they save the people from the giant dinosaurs that are out to eat everyone? Maybe don't go to a theme park with dinosaurs. Also, Jaws, they wanted, can they save people from the giant shark? So it's kind of cliffhanging on that regard. So it's kind of action and adventure, but also just a suspense. Will they save everyone? Will they do it? And it keeps you up at night to finish the whole book. All right. Then this last one, I don't have a lot of modern examples for this. It is still a standalone, but it is a Western. And Westerns became popular in the 1800s, so about the 1970s. And by then, the people had their share of Western stories. And they take place in the Western United States, and usually during the 19th century, the late 19th century, so about 1850 on. So it would include the Gold Rush, references to the Civil War. They will include cowboys, outlaws, Native Americans, saloons, gun duels, or just the theme of revenge. Some examples of that are Old Yeller, The Revenant, True Grit. I honestly don't think I've ever read a single Western novel. I have watched a few movies. John Wayne, my grandpa loved John Wayne, so I have a few of him. But they're classic. I don't know, I feel like, my dad's generation would have grown up playing cowboys and Indians, wanting to rope them up, watching, Gunsmoke and all that. So the Western genre, I think, gave a lot of action and adventure. There was still new land to settle, things like that. And now it's like you read a Western, it's like, okay, but California's been discovered. It's well established. There's no more gunfights, no more outlaws, no good sheriff to chase down the outlaws, or no town that suddenly decides you need a sheriff. So those stories, I think, are kind of played out, but they are still a large group of a large genre that we have a lot of, and are kind of particular to the United States in that regard. Okay, I think. Woo. Go back here. Oh, that's the button. Oh, okay. So that was basically that. And like I said, with the genres, they're all over the place. And they're kind of open to, it's like a lot of literature is open to interpretation. So there's what the author meant when they wrote it, and then there's what the reader gets from it. And so with genres too, an author might be like, well, I put this in, thriller, fantasy, and the publisher goes, well, I think it's more romance, fantasy, or romance thriller. But then the reader might feel a different way, right? Like I have my favorite genres, so if I go and I look for a new book, if I'm out of favorite authors, because most of my favorite authors are dead, and I go to look for a new one, if I find an author I like, I might continue to read, and generally that's because he's stuck with the same, mystery. Or they stuck with the same suspense. And then, like, within your genres, you have your subgenres. So, like, mystery, you have murder mystery, or cozy mysteries. My grandma loved cozy mysteries. So there's not a lot of violence or descriptions of violence. It's, will they save the restaurant from the developer, or did they find the missing person? So they're nice to read, they're nice to read, but they're still a puzzle. So like I said, Amazon listed 16,000 genres and subgenres. I think that's extreme, but there. We have, like, apparently cyberpunk is a genre now, space cyberpunk. So it gets a little confusing, but like today's game, you really can't go wrong because almost everything ties into the topic in one way. But when you're picking that, you kind of want to decide, okay, what is the bulk of my story? Does my story, focus on the romance between two people, or do two people just happen to fall in love while catching a killer? And that will kind of help you determine the genre. So now we have about 40 minutes. So if we have some questions, maybe we'll say about 10 minutes, unless you guys start asking a lot of questions, we can go longer, and then we can have some time for breakout rooms to discuss books. I think that might be a good pattern here. So I'm going to open the floor for questions about genre, questions about literature, questions. Or maybe if you don't have a lot of literature questions, you could do like movie questions, since a lot of movies are based off of books. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up.
Okay. Do you have any question, guys? Maybe your question is related to the topic, or maybe not related. It is okay. Maybe you want to ask about like a movie or something, and maybe you want to share with us about your experience while you were reading English book. Have you ever read English book, guys? Hello?
Yeah, put a 1 in the chat if you've read an English book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teman-teman udah pernah baca buku bahasa Inggris belum nih? Yang berbahasa Inggris gitu, full bahasa Inggris.
Baru nyoba sih, Kak.
Baru nyoba?
Yes.
What the title of that book?
No Longer Human by Dazai Osamu.
No Longer Human?
Yes.
Oh, okay. What is the genre of that book?
Maybe it's talk about the psychology.
Psychology?
Psychology. Yeah.
Is it,
Psychology what?
Is it a novel?
No, it's like the biography of the author.
Oh, it is about biography. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you tell us the brief, like the brief or the summary of that book? Like, what you get from that book? What do you get from that book?
From the summary that I know is about the author, which is the Osamu Dazai, is want to suicide,
Hmm?
but he
Yeah.
he gagal. What is gagal?
Fail.
Yeah, he
Oh,
failed
okay.
uh many times, but maybe he is tired of the world. It's complicated.
So the author the author tried to suicide for many times, but he or she failed. Is
Yes.
it right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting book. Interesting
Yes,
book.
that interesting because this novel is diangkat jadi
Oh yeah.
in movie. Yes.
Oh, okay. I would love to watch that movie. It
Not
must be
movie.
interesting.
It's anime. Anime.
Anime. Oh,
Yes.
it's like a Japanese cartoon.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay, interesting. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your
Thank you.
sharing. And anyone, do you want to ask a question to Miss Daniel, or you want to share about the English book that you already read before? Maybe
I would
you
like
already.
to share.
Oh yes, yes. Go ahead, Priska.
I'm reading a book that the title is One of Us is Lying. The genre
Okay.
is like mystery and thriller, and it's interesting because these days there is a series in Netflix with the same title, which is inspired by this novel, and there is a next of this book too, the sequel, which who is next, yeah, but I've not read all of them, but I'm reading it, and it's interesting because it's about the mystery of a student in a school that got murdered, something like that.
It is about a murder. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not
Interesting.
surprised. It is thriller genre. I'm not surprised. Thriller is identical with murder, homicide, and other like kidnap and any other bad things. There's a question from Evita. Oh, okay. By the way, thank you for your sharing, Priska. We appreciate. You want to what is that? To get involved in this discussion, and I really appreciate it. Okay, there's a question from Evita. Do you have recommend book for beginning? I mean, maybe you mean as beginner, beginner, like English book for beginner.
Probably.
I think. Actually, honestly, Evita, I don't know the answer. But if you want to pick a book, please pick the book that you are interested in. Like, for example, you love romance, and you can pick romance book like Twilight and others, because it will be easy for you to read English book if you are interested to that book. That is my opinion. So I cannot like recommend you particular book. I'm sorry. Maybe Miss Daniel, you can you can help her.
Yes. So if you're looking for a book for beginners, I would recommend, I was just kind of looking up some ideas here. I would, with Efto said, pick your genre. You know, if you know you enjoy, fantasy or you enjoy science fiction, pick your genre. And then I would pick maybe something for like juvenile readers. Juvenile, which is like late elementary school, early junior high. And the reason being is because they're short. They're still chapter books. There's no pictures, okay, but they're shorter. And so if you are struggling with reading English, because it is, you have to put all the words together to get the story. It's not just translating a few sentences here and there. I would pick, that age group. And so, like, the first Harry Potter books, like 1 and 2, would fall under that if you're into fantasy. Charlotte's Web is about talking farm animals, but it's kind of like realistic fantasy. Let's see. Holes. I watched the movie. What that would be called under. Let's see. Anything by Roald Dahl. I am a huge fan of The Big Friendly Giant, or BFG, but that is kind of childish. I think you stick with Harry Potter. The Giver is one that is good. I'm trying to think. Yeah, but if you pick something like in the 10 to 12-year-olds,
Hello? Hello, guys. Can you hear
not
me?
me. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You were frozen. I was like, is that me or you? Let's see. Trying to come up. So I would pick your genre, and then look for books for like 10 to 12-year-olds, and start there. And the more you get comfortable with the reading, then you can go for larger books. That would be mine. Yes. You could do Nancy Drew.
Okay, thank you. And,
Yeah.
Thank you, Saraswati, for your sharing. The Order of No Longer Human, which is
Yes.
Osamu Dazai, is adapted on anime. I don't know how to pronounce it. Anime character. It is called Bongu Stray Dogs. It's very good story. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. Okay. Anyone here want to share your experience, or you want to ask something? Maybe you can ask orally. You can turn on your microphone and ask orally to Miss Daniel. Have some recommended novel for.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Share those, please.
Yes, please.
I don't have the experience of having to read in a second language, so.
Yeah. I like reading novels. I've read several English novels. And I have some recommended novels for novice readers. Something like To the Lighthouse by Virginia Woolf, Oliver Twist by Charles Dickens, Mrs. Dalloway, Virginia Woolf, Sense and Sensibility, Jane Austen, Wuthering Heights, Emily Bronte, A Tale of Two Cities, Charles Dickens, Romeo and Juliet, William Shakespeare, Anna Karenina, Leo Tolstoy, and I still have a lot of novels in my own. Something like Charlotte's Web. This is my favorite novel, The Little Prince, and yeah, Peter Pan.
Okay, you went straight to the classics, like.
Those are classic novels.
Classic novels, and I like reading classic novels. Yeah, I also have a Harry Potter. One.
Okay.
It's so fun, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. And what is your favorite novel? Fahmi, can you repeat?
Charlotte Waits by Abby White.
Can you tell
That's
us
your
what
favorite.
it's all about?
It's talk about the pig. The born like he's born. What is that? What can I say? Um. What? Wait. Before the time, before 9 months. So yeah, he's a bad pig, and the owner is abandon him. So yeah, but his child disagree about the pig. The pig is abandoned by 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 her father, and child have the pig. So I'm so nervous because yeah, I speak in front of 1,000. So yeah.
Okay, thank you for sharing, Fami.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Harry Potter too much pages for reads. Oh yeah, I agree with that. And also Harry Potter has several books like the series, yeah. Harry Potter 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or maybe more than 7. Okay, maybe the Spanish love deception. What do you mean? I never read English book before. I appreciate your honesty.
Yes, that's true. I never read English book before because I am a visual person. So I will prefer to choose watching some movies directly, guys.
Okay.
Like Daniel ever showed in several slides before, there is a romantic novel, which is a 50 Shades of Grey. That's one of my favorite romantic movies ever. Because most of actor and actors were very handsome and beautiful, and the way this movie described the situation using sophisticated and then luxury stuff like sport car and then sophisticated fashion, and this film spoiled the eyes of the audience. That's really good. Then just read the books. So this is because maybe watching some movies as well, we can this is one of part learning in English as well, like listening and then try to improve our words and then verb as well. Yeah, that's my own experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
And
yeah.
let's say, if you're not comfortable reading in English, start with a magazine or a newspaper, right? It's a couple paragraphs. And then as you build, then break into books. But movies are a good way because you're hearing it too. Maybe if you can hear it with the subtitles, so you can see the words and hear them at the same time. But I mean, it's all about the more ways you can get the English in, hearing it, seeing it, saying it out loud, just anything to get your competency up. So.
Okay. I love English, but I don't like reading. Yeah, Vincent. Okay. You got my voice. Me too. I love English, but I don't really like reading. If I have to choose whether watching movie or reading books, I prefer watching movie.
The only books that I like is kids books because it has a low paragraph.
That's right. But actually, I have read English book. Can I share my experience here? Okay.
Yes.
I have read the book called what is that? The Case for Christ. It is an Christian apologetic books written by Lee Strobel, the former atheist who turned to Christianity, and I think that book is very good for me, especially for me as a Christian. Yeah, very interesting book. Okay, we have a lot of comment here. It ends with us, also pretty popular too these days for romance genre. Okay, it ends with us. What is all about? What is it all about? It ends with us. Can you share with us, Charlie or what? Priska, can you share with us? It ends with us. No, newspapers are so boring for me. Just a short article. Have you tried BuzzFeed? Okay. We have like 15 minutes remaining. You want to ask a question, you can ask. Or do you want to share your experience with us? Like Fahmi and we see, I forgot her name. Saraswati did. You want to share your experience? Maybe Charlie or the other students.
Was there a book that traumatized you?
With my country's media. I hate orange media too. I hate my country's media. Okay. Just a silly comment. Okay. Eka Ismaya. Oh, okay. You can continue, Miss Dan.
Oh, I think someone almost chimed in. Come back. Okay. So in America, like on our elementary school, they're like they introduce us to these books and they're required reading or close to required reading. Charlotte's Web, which was mentioned, Where the Red Fern Grows, and they make you cry. They're just sad. So has anyone been traumatized by a book like, oh, I'm just going to pick up this cute little book to read. It's got a cute little dog on the cover. And then at the end, everybody's dead. Not like everybody's dead, like they were murdered, but dogs eventually die. And then you're sad. Anybody? Does anybody like books like that?
Oh, okay, guys. I forgot. I want to give you a reminder about the attendance. I will share the attendance 5 minutes before the meeting ended. Okay. Do you want to ask any question? The other question, or you want to say something?
I want to ask something.
Okay, Vincent, go ahead.
Do you like watching movies, Miss?
Yes.
So would you prefer watching stuff or reading stuff?
Oh, that really depends. Like, I really enjoy reading because I can read anywhere. I just have to have a book or a phone. Movies, I'm kind of stuck to, an environment where I can watch. Which one do I prefer? That's a hard one. That's a real hard one. Because, I'll watch movies all the time, but sometimes I'll turn on a movie just so there's noise in the background. But when I read, I'm actually paying attention. I might skip if it gets boring, but I'm actually paying attention. So, but I don't read all the time. So I'm going to say reading. Yes, because then I can picture the characters however I want, regardless of what the actors look like. What about you? Do you prefer movies or reading?
Always movies. I don't like reading.
Even if it's, you did say that. Yeah.
There is a fact that I only finished reading one book in my life.
I mean novel, right? Novel, the novel one. I only finished that like one, and it's Indonesian book called A Man Called Ahok.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the only book
I
that
know
I
it.
finished reading.
Yeah.
I've never finished another
Miss
book.
Danielle, do you remember about the Jakarta governor that get imprisoned? That I
Yes.
in WhatsApp. Yes, that is the book that Vincent read is all about. Ahok.
Okay.
It was
The
his story since he was a kid
governor.
until he was the one of the best
Oh.
government leaders.
Okay.
But don't be
So
shy,
maybe-
Vincent. Actually, I only finished one book in my life, one English book, and that is the case for Christ that I mentioned before. So don't be shy, because I don't really like reading books also. But yes, watching can improve our speech, but reading is more fun. Okay, for some people, reading is more fun.
Not for us.
But not for
Just
us,
kidding, just kidding.
Vincent.
It's opinion. It's opinion. Just kidding.
So the teacher in me says it's not that you don't like reading, it's that you haven't found the book that you like to read yet. That's what the teacher in me says. So don't give up. I will also say though, guys, I have read 0 books in Indonesian. No surprise, since I can say cat and you're welcome. Sama-sama, is that you're welcome? Or am I saying thank you again? Okay. And, yeah, so, and I've read 0 in Spanish where I can talk to a toddler. So, I do like Captain America. Yes. But I watched, like, one summer, I went to the library instead of reading books, I read just comic books. So I liked a lot of the Captain America from before the movies. Yes. How about you? Do you have a favorite superhero?
Akora, hello.
Aw. That's okay. Let's say, any other questions?
Another question, Miss.
Okay, go ahead.
What is your favorite movie franchise? Or
Franchise.
any movie, I guess. Like type of movie. Yeah, franchise.
Okay. I mean, I like the Marvel movies. We watch a lot of kids' movies, though. Like, I don't know, growing up, my dad was like, it's family movie night. We're going to watch military spy thrillers, and I'm like 7. So now I watch cartoons. So I like a lot of the classic Disney. And the Pixar. Pixar is my favorite, probably my favorite. But I do like suspense sometimes. Like The Village by M. Night Shyamalan. I like The Village. That's probably my go-to favorite, although I haven't liked some of his newer stuff. So, yes, cartoons and suspense. No horror. No horror. No, thank you. I like to sleep at night. Yes. So, what else is...
Okay, what topic that we discuss in the next meeting is there?
I think I was going to talk about food, American food, our traditional food. Yes.
Wow.
So, yeah.
It must be
So I'm
that's really interesting topic. Yes, I agree with you.
I'm sorry I don't have any samples, but you'll just have to pretend.
Okay. Jadi di pertemuan selanjutnya kita akan membahas tentang makanan khas Barat, khas Amerika. Okay, American food. Yum yum.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you want to think about like questions about food or something you've always wondered, you can kind of think about that, and maybe we can talk about it next week. Don't be afraid. Y'all didn't eat your classmates when they shared, so nobody's gonna eat you. Yes.
What?
Yes.
Oh my god.
So
Okay, maybe me and Vincent can introduce to you some traditional Indonesian food like we did before about the ghosts.
oh, yes.
I want to introduce to you about like nasi uduk, nasi padang. Wow, that's really nice. Okay, thank you.
Sounds good. Okay. Well, I heard nasi, that's like fried, right? Or is that rice?
Yes, it is. It is right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, goreng is fried, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. See, I've been practicing a little.
Okay.
I can't get fried rice with the side of cat.
Kucing, yeah, cat.
Kucing, yeah.
Did you know that in Indonesia there is nasi kucing?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to know.
No,
That
that's
is not
not actually cat. It's called cat because the portion it's like a portion of a cat. So it's like rice with small portion.
That is
But
not
it's not a cat. But we call it nasi kucing.
But we will talk about it in the next, and I cannot wait to talk about it. Okay, I think it is already 10:25.
Okay.
We still have 5 minutes.
Few minutes.
You want to, yeah. Maybe you want to ask another question. KFC and MCD are not healthy, but those are totally delicious. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Maybe Miss Dana wanted to ask us something.
Oh. That's a good question for me to ask a question. Let's see. Oh. Now you put me on the hot seat, see, so when you guys have nothing to say, I understand completely. Trying to think about, talked about genres, about media. Is there anything, so when I was putting together examples of the different genres, The Ring came up, and they said it was an adaptation from Japanese horror, and it started a whole trend of it adapting. So is there any genre, like a movie or a book, some entertainment that we consume in America that is popular in America that started in Indonesia?
Is it like a genre movie or a culture?
Yeah, anything. I mean, well, it could be a cultural thing that started in Indonesia, or a movie, something that came over here that we enjoy. Because you guys have our KFC and our McDonald's, and you see our movies. But do we get anything, that has spread?
I guess it's the person. I mean, like if you know netizen, you know how mean they are to other people, and all over the world know that Indonesian has like a digital population that are mean to others. Like if you do something's wrong, all of Indonesian will attack you in words in Indonesia. I think that's the most popular thing about Indonesia in all over the world.
Maybe in USA it is similar like cancel culture.
Cancel culture. Okay, yeah.
You are canceled. You are canceled. How dare you? How dare you?
Yeah.
Let's say that American people talk bad about Indonesia, and then like one Indonesian people like, hey guys, this guy is talking bad about our country, and then the whole country attacks you. How bad about you? Blah 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 blah.
So I would have never thought that, because I met some Indonesians after college. I was on my own for a while trying to become a young professional, and there was a group of Indonesians from my church, and I mean, they had me over, they cooked for me, they were just very hospitable, very friendly. So I wouldn't think
offline relationship, like if you met
yes.
person, they are very nice, but in digital version it's like
coming for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Which, I mean, true in America, though, too. It's like, oh, I don't like what Stephen said, so I'm going to publish his address online for people to come find him. Like, and that's happened, like, there was, I don't know, I think somebody got shot or something, or somebody posted something, and the people that, they call it doxing, And so the people that did that published the wrong person's address because a lot of people have the same name here. Yeah, but it's nice to know Indonesia has internet trolls too. So
It's not a trolls anymore, it's an army. For example, if you follow the world of chess, like there is something that American professional chess player is playing online against Indonesian player who are thought to be cheating, and then like the account of the Indonesian player was banned, and then the Indonesian said like, no, I'm not cheating, he just doesn't take that he lose. Yeah, so it's like, so Indonesian people like, oh, you loser, just take it, you lose, and then attacks the American chess player, and then he like closed the account for about few months to Indonesian player, and then he got bullied so much he shut down his Instagram, his Twitter, anything, just because of Indonesian attacks.
oh my
And
goodness.
if you know Gotham Chess, he is one of the victim. You can search it online, like Indonesia, like Gotham Chess versus Dewa Kipas. It's like everywhere. Oh yeah, the All England last year. Yeah. One of the example, like the All England
When the
account, the
badminton
official All
World
England account was
Federation,
closed.
yeah,
Yes,
BWF, gets
it was
attacked
closed.
by maybe millions of Indonesian netizens, millions of Indonesian people in the internet. So in the internet, we look like a strong, but in the real life, we look like a wimps. We just attack people in the social media.
So it's like a put pressures on our local artists too. They don't want to do a blunder. Because if they do something wrong, they will know what happens next.
So this is why everyone's quiet in Zoom, because we're online. Guys. All right.
They are sleeping.
You know, it's got to be a long day. I will confess.
Full. After breaking the fasting, they eat lot and then they get sleepy.
Yes.
Okay.
So don't forget, after the attendance list, you share the attendance list so that the students can.
Okay, yes, miss. Thank you.
I'm sure that when you say attendance list, then they will wake up.
There you go.
Automatically wake up. Like
summoning methods. One of the summoning methods.
Yes.
There we go.
Okay. I think it is enough for our meeting. It is already 10:30, and like I said, I want to share the attendance link. I want to summon more than 100 students. Well, please wait a second. Where is it? Here we go. Okay, I've shared the attendance link, and please fill it in. And you have only you only have 10 minutes to answer it. So after I close this meeting, please please fill it immediately, okay? Because you only have 10 minutes from now. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, Miss Daniel, Miss Henny, Vincent, and the others for joining with us. And we will meet again in next meeting, and we will discuss about American traditional food. Wow, that's great.
Yum, yum.
Okay.
Yes.
Yum, yum.
Okay, thank you very much once again, and have a good night.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you,
everyone.
Daniel,
Thank you,
Efto,
everyone.
Vincent,
Thank you,
and
Miss. Thank you, Mrs. Daniel.
Thank you.
Have a nice rest.
Vincent,
guys.
maybe you can play the
video again.
Okay. The which one? Oh yeah, the last one. Oh yeah. Wait.
The introduction video.
That was beautiful.
Our
by
brand
the
new
Thank you
what is
very
that?
much.
Work stuff.
They are so great, Danielle, Joe, and Vincent. They are so creative in doing this.
way. Taking club up to the next level. We have our own video.
Yes.
And this is just a beginning. We just start.
Oh.
Hey, Vincent, please. While we are waiting, the other friends to leave. Please open your microphone, Vincent. We cannot hear the sound. We still cannot hear the sound. Can you fix it?
No sound.
Still no sound. Okay. Please replay it, Vincent. Please replay it.
And all the participants of the speech, it was very
Okay, what do you think, Miss Daniel?
It's beautiful. It's always nerve-wracking to see yourself, but I thought it was very well put together. And yes, show that at the beginning of next year, and we'll have 200 students.
200 million.
Let's not get too ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, okay, so good morning. Yeah, good Danielle.
Yes. Sorry, I went to bed at like 4 a.m. When after we put the link, I was like, that's this week? I thought it was next week. This is Scotty.
See.
He is my one boy cat. You saw his sister the other time. She's the one that looks like him. He has been picked up. She has a mustache, not so much Scotty.
Yeah, okay, so what I remember
Yeah.
is that Scotty has mustache.
Miss Charlie has mustache. Scotty's just got a little dot.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Sorry, my office is a mess. Can't see. Only cat. But yeah, so yes.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so